So Terrance, I gotta ask, and I only asked this because I've met you in person before. I want to know, and I'm sure many people have asked this before too, but if you were to get into a fight with like a bear, do you think you would win? Because I genuinely believe you would actually have a good shot of beating that bear.
Uh, I tend not to get into physical altercations, so I'd probably just give the bear a nice big bear hug and we'd be friends instead.
That's actually that's the best outcome. That's true. Bear hug. I didn't think about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Uh, I've never really understood like where that phrase comes from, but like, has do bears like hug in general? Is that like a thing they do, or I don't know?
If I had to guess, I think it comes from like teddy bears. Kids
Mm.
hug their teddy bears, so that's where the bear hug comes from. I'm sure. I've never interacted with a bear in the wild to get that information on hand, so I'm just gonna guess it's the teddy bears.
No, that's fair. Are there bears in America? I don't know. I always thought that was like a Russian thing or like in Canada or something.
Yeah, we've got bears all over. I don't think they're as friendly as the Russians bears, but yeah, we've got a lot.
Hell yeah. Ah! Hmm. But yeah, welcome back to another episode of OverVoice Season 4. Today I'm joined by the amazing Terrance Addison. Terrance, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I am Terrance Addison. I've been a voice actor for about 2 years now. Um, I'm hopefully in some of your favorite things, and I'm looking forward to see what comes in 2026.
Hell yeah, man. I didn't know it's been 2 years for you. You've been freaking smashing it, dude. So, all the love, big congratulations, man. I hope it continues to get bigger next year, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I started in my first audition, 2023. Yeah,
Nice, dude. Well, thank you first and foremost for coming on here and chatting with little old me here. I do appreciate it.
thanks for having me.
Of course. But yeah, Terrence, what got you into voiceover and how's your journey been so far? Well, obviously we can tell that it's been pretty good, but peaks and valleys and stuff. So, yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to know how it's been so far.
So I I've been a big gamer for forever, basically, and when I played Metal Gear Solid One on the PlayStation One all those years ago, that that game, the cinematics, the codec calls, all that stuff was just really cool to me as a kid growing up, and hearing those actors portray those characters kind of just I don't know, triggered something in my brain where I was like, that's what I want to do. Like at that age, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew after playing that game, I wanted to be in voiceover, do voice acting, be in video games and stuff like that. And so I always had that in the back of my mind for 20 plus years, always wanting it, wanting it, wanting it, not sure where to go, not sure how to become a voice actor. And then finally in like 2022, I decided to start taking classes and start learning what it took to be a voice actor. And then, like I said, in 2023 is when I submitted my first audition. And then I got really lucky, booked on my third audition, booked a video game. And
Nice.
like, I don't know, I just told myself I knew like that was the moment I knew. I was like, this is what I should be doing. Um, and I've just been grinding ever since. I'm in the booth almost every day, and yeah, I'm in a lot of fun stuff. I'm in some of my favorite franchises,
Hell yeah.
and so the dream is coming true 20 plus years later. But I'm happy to be doing it. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to um, keep pushing to further that dream.
Hell yeah, man. And I did want to ask actually, because you mentioned that you're in your dream franchises, which first off, congratulations, dude. That's freaking sick as hell, man.
Thank
But
you.
I wanted to know when you got like the confirmation or like the that you're gonna be in those things, like Street Fighter, Zelda. How did you feel when you first like got that? Because it must have been like surreal as hell, man. Probably.
Um, Zelda was crazy because literally since the Super Nintendo days, that was when my first console was Super Nintendo. I've loved The Legend of Zelda. Like I've played almost every game. A few of the handhelds I haven't touched yet, but it's one of my favorite franchises, and so I didn't know I booked it until I got in the booth.
Oh wow, fair
Um,
enough.
I got an email saying that I booked the project. It still had the code name. It didn't say what role it was or anything like that. It just said, here, be at this studio at this time, and. So yeah, I went to the studio, got in the booth, and the director comes on. Everyone starts talking about like what we're doing, and then I was told the role was for the new Zelda, Hyrule Warriors. And
Nice.
so for a split moment, I freaked out. I had to like internally freaked out. It was like, oh man, it's happening. Like my favorite franchise. Um, but you got to lock in, get the job done.
Fair.
So um, yeah, I remember um, tearing up a lot on the drive home that day. That was a pretty big one. Street Fighter was another huge one because I've been playing fighting games forever. I mean, literally wearing a Mad Catz hat. Like I love
Yeah.
fighting games, and so I used to compete in the tournament scene for Street Fighter
Oh,
many
nice.
years. And
Were you part of like Evo and stuff?
yeah, yeah, I've been to Evo a few times.
Oh hell yeah.
I love the competition of Street Fighter. I love the competition of all fighting games, really. And so to book Street Fighter was massive. It was huge, and I'm still manifesting a playable role because if that ever happens, I'll be at Evo again, playing as
True.
my character if that ever comes to that. So
I
that
wanted to
was
ask
another big one.
actually,
Yeah.
for Street Fighter because I'm also a huge Street Fighter fan. Is there like any specific like like character you would want to play or just any character in Street Fighter like
Um,
whether that's like legacy character or like a new character that comes up. What do you think, man?
I don't know if there's any legacy characters that I necessarily want to play. I've always liked characters like Akuma and Bison and Sagat. I think
Mm,
my voice kind of leans towards those, but they've already got established voice actors who are really good at what they do.
for
I think
sure.
it'd be really cool if I somehow ended up voicing a brand new character that's never been in Street Fighter. I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Hell yeah, and just double check, because you voiced like some Muay Thai fighters like around like Sagat's area, right? Is that right in Street Fighter Six?
Yeah, yeah. So when Sagat came out, they had an expansion of the story mode, like World Tour mode, and he had there's like minions out there running around who do Muay Thai attacks and stuff, and they fight like Muay Thai, and yeah, I'm voicing one of those thug characters sprinkled
Oh,
around
that's
in the
so
game.
cool. That's
Yeah,
so cool to me, man. Hell yeah. I know Street Fighter Six is gonna continue for a while because I remember when Street Fighter Six came out, it was actually it released on my birthday, so it was like, oh man, this is perfect way to spend my 21st with just jamming Street Fighter Six, getting pizza and drinks.
yeah.
It was great. Oh man, it was so much fun. It still is fun. I still have to play more of it to be honest. I've been kind of lacking, but I I can't claim to be the best Street Fighter player or any fighting game player really, despite how long I've been playing it. Like so when I see like modern controls, I'm like, you know what, I'm really good at modern controls. I'll tell you that much.
I think the modern control thing is a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people did like it. I'm in the middle. I think I've always played the game, so I like the classic controls. I tried modern for a bit, and my brain doesn't work that way. It's like relearning the game. So for me, I stick to the classic controls. But I think
Yeah.
I'm happy that they've included these modes and accessibility for people who want to jump in. Because for me, like the best thing my favorite games can do is get more people playing so that we keep getting more games and having longevity and stuff. I think Street Fighter 6 is in year 3 now.
Yeah,
Um,
there's
and
isn't
so
it
I'm
three?
hoping that
Yeah.
it keeps going. I hope there's opportunities, and to get back in the game, and keep playing. So
Yeah, and purely like speaking, like as a fan, are there any like characters for like I don't know, maybe like year 4, year 5 that you want to see in Street Fighter 6?
um I'd love to see Guy come back. I don't think that's really going to
Mm,
happen because Kimberly's kind of his
I
protege in
get,
that.
I guess so. Yeah.
Um, I would love Haggard to finally show up
Yeah,
in Street Fighter.
I'm so surprised Hager has not been in Street Fighter yet.
Yeah,
With all the statues around in Street Fighter 6, I just assumed he was dead. I'm not gonna lie. It's like they're commemorating him. But
yeah,
I hope he
I
does
love
come
that
back because we need him in
um,
Street Fighter.
for
For some reason
sure.
he just
Yeah,
hasn't been. But
and then I would really like to see um, like characters like Rose come back.
mm,
Character. As much as people are tired of seeing the Street Fighter Two roster, I'd still want to see all of the four kings. I want Balrog and Vega to come
yeah,
back
love
in
Vega.
some capacity, and then
If they're able to, I'd love them to bring back Fei Long. Man, I miss Fei Long. I think
yeah, I think Fei Long would be fun too. But I think for me, another big character that like I don't think people really like too much, but I would love to see come back is Hakan from Street Fighter
ooh,
Four, the
Hakan's a good
Turkish
one.
wrestler. I think he was a really fun character, and I think there'd be a lot of cool things he could do in the Street Fighter Six engine. So
Yeah, man. No, for me, it's like I think they should bring back. Well, they should definitely bring back Sean. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet.
yeah.
From Street Fighter 3, and I want them to bring back El Fuerte and Rufus because I think I'm the only person who actually enjoyed those two. My God.
El Fuerte is definitely hard to fight for sure. And then Rufus was popular in four, so I could see those characters coming back. I think um, with Street Fighter they do like four characters a year, which is
Hmm.
really unfortunate because like I said, I love the game. I love seeing more things happening in the game. And four is just not enough for me personally. I want
Yeah, it
six
should
to
be.
eight characters a year.
I think it should be more too, man. It's I was
Just to
really
liven up the
surprised.
game.
I was really surprised when freaking Terry and Mai showed up in Street Fighter 6. That was really cool. I hope like
Yeah,
more
yeah,
crossovers can happen because like if they ever do one with Tekken, we can have a little bit of Street Fighter cross Tekken again or Tekken cross Street Fighter. That'd be really cool.
uh, yeah. I think Terry and Mai was really cool. It was really interesting. I think if I'm remembering correctly, it's the first time Street Fighter's ever done crossover characters.
Yeah, it was the
They've
first.
made Capcom's made crossover games, but never Street Fighter didn't really have crossover characters outside of their own universe. I mean, like you've got Final Fight characters, but they make those games. So this was
Yeah,
interesting to have guest characters from a competing company. So it was really cool.
yeah.
Um, and then now we've got Ken and Chun Li in
In Fatal
Fatal
Fury.
Fury. So yeah, cool.
Yeah. I always find it so funny that if you play as Terry in like the Street Fighter 6 story, his rival fight's obviously gonna be Ken, and like there's like a little pre cutscene before the fight begins, right? And it's like, whoa, Ken, it's been like what, 20 years? And like Terry does not age, man. Like and Ken's just a washed up kind of homeless
Yeah,
man. It's kind of crazy.
I love it. Yeah.
I was gonna say, because you said you were in the Evo scene, so I wanted to ask, were you in the Evo scene before or after like Evo movement like 37?
Oh, definitely after. I started playing competitively in Street Fighter 4 days, so like 2009
Oh, nice.
was my first like time really going to Evo and stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
I
So you
lived in
started out with
Vegas.
like, so you were like vanilla Street Fighter 4 then, like way back when.
Yeah, they called us O9ers,
Oh yeah.
Even though I've been playing Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo,
Nice.
I didn't really go to tournaments or anything. I mean, I was pretty young. My mom wasn't going to drive me out to all these places, but
Yeah.
I was an adult when Street Fighter 4 came out and I was able to kind of actually go in and do tournaments and stuff. But Evo Moment 37 is probably one of the greatest fighting game moments of all time.
Oh,
Honestly, it's
absolutely.
just it was insane to watch it as a kid. It's still insane to watch it now. It's crazy how that moment really changed the landscape of fighting games, and it's still being referenced today in like all sorts of media. So I think it's super cool. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. And I wanted to ask as well, because I like hearing bits and pieces of your past before voiceover. Because before you started voiceover, what was like I guess I guess what was your life before voiceover then? Like, if you don't mind me asking.
Uh, I worked in the information technology industry for
Oh, I see.
15 plus years. Yeah, IT. From traveling as a network engineer to, running teams for casinos and stuff. It was,
Oh
that
wow.
was the life before that. But I was always still a gamer, so I was always playing video games and hanging out with friends and stuff when I could, before voiceover, which is why I'm like super grateful to be in said video games.
Hell yeah, especially hitting the ground so early in your career, man. And at this point, it's gonna flourish super hard. So I have no doubt you'll be in the next Metal Gear whenever that comes out.
I'm hopeful. I attribute my success in voiceover to the training that I've got. I
Yeah.
I was constantly in classes. I'm still constantly in classes. Um, just trying to grow, just trying to get better at this thing. I have no acting background, so it's really hard to come into voiceover with zero acting skills. And like, so anything I book is I'm just super grateful for. Thankful that people are taking chances on me and giving me
Yeah.
opportunities. And
As they should, man.
um, yeah, I think I feel like it would come full circle to be in Metal Gear in some capacity. It was always in the top five franchises for me growing up, and like I said, it's the reason I wanted to be a voiceover or a voice actor in the first place. So to be associated in any capacity would be pretty insane, especially considering the franchise is so old at this point that when they're still getting some new content and some new things. So I'm hopeful that they remake Metal Gear Solid One, and that's the one that I get back in because that would be a real full circle moment for sure.
That'd be kind of fun. Yeah. I've always familiar with like the 3D Metal Gear like eras. I've never really like looked at the first Metal Gear. I think it's like 2D, right? Or like 8-bit, I believe.
Yeah, the top down
Yeah.
Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. Yeah, those games. I usually go through the series every year or so. I just did Metal Gear 1 and 2 a few months back.
Yeah.
I think they're hard. They're really hard to get through. I'll say that much because
That's
they're
fair.
very old.
Yeah,
But
very old, very different to what
yeah,
they are now. I think the
yeah,
last Metal Gear game I played recently was probably like I replayed Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. That was always fun.
yeah.
that
That was
that
a
game
good
will
spin-off. Yeah.
that game will always be good to me. I don't know if they'll make more in that like spin-off era, but freaking Senator Armstrong, man, what a guy.
Those nano machines, right?
It's nanomachine, son.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you as well. What is it like, balancing, voiceover with having a family? Cause you, cause you had a kid last year. Is that right? Recently?
Yeah, her 1 year birthday is next week actually.
Oh no way! Hell yeah!
Um,
Well, happy
yeah,
birthday in advance.
thank you. It's it's a little difficult at times. I'll be honest with that. It's once I really started like getting into voiceover and doing it full time, I just kind of always want to be doing it, whether that's auditioning or working or training or learning or studying, and practicing and stuff. So, having a family cuts into that, but I prefer to spend time with my family anyway.
Good. That's a good
So,
thing.
Um, we don't have. Of course, if we had more hours in the day, it'd be a lot easier to accomplish certain things. But for me, I think when my family's not around is when I try and spend as much time as I can in the voiceover space, whether that's taking a class or auditioning for new stuff. But there's the beauty of being full time in voiceover is I can kind of cut off whenever I need to, time
Mm.
wise. So when it's family time, it's family time. I can spend that time with them without worry. My previous career, I didn't have that luxury.
Mm.
I was working 24/7. I was on call all the time, and so you miss some things in that kind of environment. So at least being in voiceover, I can kind of be my own boss and um, spend weekends with my daughters and spend time with my family whenever I want. And um, that to me is what's so great about being a voice actor and having a family is I can choose what um, how I spend my time. So
Oh, nice. I didn't know it was just daughters. You're like a full on girl dad. That's awesome.
yeah, and my cat, she's 15 and she's also a girl, so I'm the only guy in the house.
Wait, your cat is like 15 in cat years or 15 in human years?
15 in human years. Yeah.
Oh wow, wow. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's quite good. Holy shit.
Yeah. Had
What
her
breed's your
since
cat?
2010.
T-
What's that?
what breed is your cat?
Uh Tortoiseshell, they say. Like she's all black except for her belly's white, so they call that the tortoiseshell, I think. But yeah, I've had her since 2010, around
Nice.
August, September. So yeah, she's over 15 now.
Hell yeah, dude. That's freaking sick. Do apart from like your daughter who's about to be one, um, do they play any games or have they are they at that age of like gaming and consuming like media and stuff
So
like
my
that?
my oldest is 6, and so she likes to game. Probably because I like gaming. She kind of got into it because of me. She plays a lot of like the kid stuff that she watches. Paw Patrol, Gabby Cat, um, Bluey. Like she'll play those games.
Nice.
Um, and then as far as my youngest, she has a controller, but that's about it.
She's got a controller. Oh
Yeah,
no
yeah, a
way.
little
That's
Fisher
sick.
Price controller for sure.
Nice. That definitely counts. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Now you gotta let her do like the Evo moment 37. You gotta like let her memorize the inputs and everything.
yeah. We'll see. My oldest will watch me play Street Fighter every once in a while, but she's more into the stuff she likes, which is fine. I'm just happy she's happy.
It'll be interesting though, cause imagine like I'm thinking like far into the future here, with like, bring your dad to school day or parent teacher interviews, those conferences like and stuff like that, and the teachers just so happens to be like huge fans. Like I imagine that's gonna be like really cool for like for you and also like your daughters as well. Like yeah, my dad's in Zelda and Fortnite,
That hey, that'd be really cool. I'd be really really grateful for a moment like that. I am still working hard on trying to get into more children's media so that I can
Mm.
um, watch some content with my daughter that I'm a part of. Right now, she's not really old enough for Fortnite and some of the other things that I'm in. So um, that'd be really fun to do as a dad is to have those moments where she's watching a kid show and I'm on that show or something. That'd be cool.
Hell yeah. At this rate, I truly believe you're gonna get there sooner rather than later. So, manifesting that for you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, my last question to you, man, is I want to know what keeps you going, man, because the reason I asked this is I asked this to everybody, but for you specifically, did you know there's always that weird thing of like, oh, you got to start voiceover really, really young and blah 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 blah, and while people can definitely get into voiceover much later, it's not usually as common as as you think, right? Due to like the internet, online space being different. So as someone like and not in an insulting way on the older side, getting into voiceover, how how do you like combat that, but also just get in there, continue and hit the ground running. Like I would love to hear what keeps you pushing through, man.
There have been times where I wondered like what life would be like had I pursued it when I knew that I wanted to. Where my life would be right now if I had 15, 20 years in the industry. But um, I know that starting late in any career is kind of tough for some people. I think for me, what keeps me going is not necessarily that I'm finding success, because I think I'd still be trying anyway if I wasn't. Is more of the fact that this is just what I've wanted to do my whole life, almost, and so being someone who spent many years doing things that I was good at to make money and provide and stuff is, to be finally doing something that fulfills me. And, that's what's most important. Chasing the dream, following the dreams, achieving those dreams is what keeps me going. There's really no quit in me in this space. Of course, there are times where I feel like I'm not doing great or I'm not good at it. The imposter syndrome hits, but I know that if I keep going, I will achieve everything I set out to achieve. And what's meant for you won't pass you by. And in that sense, being an older voice actor doesn't really matter, because
Yeah.
what's what I'm booking is was meant for me to book and meant to me to achieve. And so yeah, I may not book some of the younger anime characters and stuff, but the things that I do book is in my wheelhouse. It fits me. It's
Yeah.
fun, and so if anyone watching is up there in age or feels like they're past their prime or whatever, like we're
Well, you're
never
not. Well,
really
you're not. Well,
past.
you're not. Well, you're not past your prime at all, man.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
would.
say, yeah, we're never really past our
Yeah.
prime. You can always pivot and change direction at any time. I started this at 36. If I had started it when I wanted it, I'd be 15, 16, running around trying to do it. But I'm grateful for all the opportunities I have today, whether or not um, they're in the most popular things or not. I'm grateful to be behind the booth, in the booth, behind the mic, playing characters and bringing joy to those who enjoy that stuff and watch that stuff. And like, again, I'm living proof that you can start in your 30s. I'm sure you can start in your 40s and 50s too. I mean,
Exactly, man.
there's as long as you have the drive and the dedication, and you want to achieve those things, you can achieve those things. And I'm also not, I don't live in a hub. I'm not in LA. I'm not in Texas. I'm not in New York. I'm not in those prime time zones. 95% of the work I've done has been remote. So
Oh
for those
wow.
out there in the remote space
I didn't
who
know you
are
were not based
feeling,
in LA. I thought you. Because I met you in LA, so I hope the drive
yeah,
back wasn't like super far or anything.
no, it's only 5 hours. But
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's a lot of fucking time to me. Holy shit, that's a lot
yeah,
of time. Oh my god.
I just want to remind those who aren't in a hub, who have the same aspirations as I did, who want to be in voiceover, know that they can be in voiceover. Um, yes, sometimes I have to travel to LA to record, but you know, big projects I booked at home. I recorded at home. Fortnite was at home. Um, so I think people should to keep going, should keep trying, should not give up, especially if they feel like they can't be. successful remotely. There's so many out there who are like absolutely killing it, who are fully remote, um, who are in anime, who are in video games, who are doing the things that they want to do from home. So I
Yeah, man.
just, I think people should just keep trying, keep going. And the only way, I don't want to say fail, but the only way you don't achieve your dreams is if you don't go for them.
Exactly, man. You gotta. Yeah, if you don't try it all, then you'll never know what might happen.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, man, that was beautiful. And on that note, this interview comes to a close. Terrance, thank you again so much for coming on and chatting with me. I do appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
man.
missed the yard house so much. Oh my god, I've been craving it, man. To be fair though, unrelated, but like New Zealand just opened up its first IKEA recently, so like I might have to fly down and try it out and see it for myself. But that's like totally unrelated.
Things are looking up then because IKEA is awesome.
It
I don't
is.
live I don't live near IKEA anymore. There are times where I miss being able to go in there and buy some cool stuff. But yeah, I'm grateful to have been here. I'm glad you reached out. I've been watching for a while,
Oh, I
and
appreciate it, man.
I'm happy to be a part of it, man. And thank you.
No, of course. I'm glad I was able to get you on. And I appreciate you for watching. That's really wholesome to me. And yeah, Terrance, where can people find you on like social media and stuff? I'll put your website down as well.
My website is terranceaddisonactor.com. You find some demos on there. My resume is on there. It's pretty small. There's not a whole lot going on there, but I
Well,
am
I,
on.
I, I would beg to differ. But,
I am on Twitter at Cinderkin. It's uh, I never changed it when I switched over to like voiceover. It's just been my name for video games and stuff. So if you're gaming, you can find me on that same name. And then on Blue Sky, it's the same as my website, terranceaddisonactor.com. And that's it. I'm not on anything else. Social media is not really my thing.
fair.
You know, but I try and be on there. I try and hype up the community and congratulate everyone because this is a very hard job to be in. It's very isolating at times, and so that sense of community is really important to me.
Yeah, and
And
I appreciate you giving people their flowers. That's very important,
yeah,
and
I,
I'm sure it's something that never goes unnoticed. So I appreciate you, man. I truly
yeah.
do.
I'm grateful when people reach out to me and congratulate me, and I think as long as we keep building up the community, we'll all get better. We'll all be successful. I feel like there's like outshine trying to outshine people is never really good. Trying
Yeah,
to quiet someone else's win is never good. Like just enjoy that moment for them. Be happy for
exactly,
them. Genuinely be happy for them. And like I said, what's meant for you won't pass you by. So
exactly, man. And yeah, thank you again for coming on, and thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you for the next episode. Bye, everybody.
have a good one.